As President Trump said many times, the United States would welcome a normal relationship with Russia. But outlaw actions like this one continue to make that impossible.
That was earlier today at the UN, and in what could become an act of war, Russia has seized 23 Ukraine sailors. Some of them are wounded, according to the ambassador. They took 3 ships of Ukraine's. This is the biggest provocation since the hostile annexation of Crimea and the aggressive moves made 4 years ago into Ukraine. So what is Russia doing? And with Ukraine asking us to back them, what will President Trump do? Trace Gallagher has a story for us from our West Coast newsroom tonight. Hi, Trace.
Hi, Martha. Nobody is disputing the Russian Coast Guard vessel deliberately rammed the Ukrainian Navy tugboat. In fact, you can hear audio of the Russian captain telling his crew to hit the tug. Russia claims the Ukrainian vessels were maneuvering dangerously. Ukraine accuses Russia of continuing its campaign of annexation, saying the Russians are trying to take control of shared waterways, specifically the Kerch Strait, which is the only maritime access to the Sea of Azov, home to some of Ukraine's biggest and most vital economic port cities. In response to the Russian capture of 3 Ukrainian vessels and 23 crew members, Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko has taken the extraordinary and unprecedented step of imposing martial law, which calls for the immediate mobilization of naval forces, increased security around critical infrastructure, and a tightening of security at borders with Russia. Though experts are quick to remind the world that Ukraine is badly outnumbered and outgunned by the Russian military, and that this increase in tension needs an international solution. Here's outgoing U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley at today's emergency UN Security Council session. Watch.
This is no way for a law-abiding, civilized nation to act. Impeding Ukraine's lawful transit through the Kerch Strait is a violation under international law. It is an arrogant act that the international community must condemn and will never accept.
When President Trump was asked about the conflict, he immediately went after Russia, saying we're not happy about it and we've made our position known. But moments later, the president appeared to blame both sides. Look.
We do not like what's happening either way. We don't like what's happening, and hopefully it'll get straightened out. I know Europe is not, they are not thrilled. They're working on it too. We're all working on it together.
Yeah, even though Moscow's aggressive action has been condemned by Germany, the UK, Canada, and a dozen other nations, experts say President Trump's action will set the tone, and allowing Vladimir Putin to believe there are no consequences could prove to be dangerous. Remember, this all comes just days before Putin and President Trump are expected to meet at the G20 meeting in Argentina.